Welcome to Simply Liminal. My name is Stacy. This is my daily 2-card reading for Monday, January 29th, 2024. We are more than halfway through this week and we are closing in on the end of the month of January. I'm continuing to do my daily 2-card readings where I look at the energy of the day, which is, the energy that's coming towards us from source, from the world, from the universe. And then the focus is the second card I look at, which is then our intention, our effort, or the response that we put into that. I just believe that you can get such great guidance from oracle cards, and some of them are more simple than others. This deck is the Angel Heart Sigils Oracle from Stuart Pearce, and this is not one of those I don't find it one of the more simple oracle decks I've worked with, but I find it very deep and full of information. When I started working with it this week, I was actually quite resistant because I've worked with this deck for several years now. I was guided to it. It has a companion deck as well. Stuart Pearce is a channel and author. He's channeled information on these archangels from Atlantis. He's got written sigils, and there's orbs and just information about them, and it's beautiful, but it's a lot of information. And so I was resistant because these cards have so much to say, and his language is so intense. Like, I am pretty well read, and I still need to pull a dictionary out to look up some of the words that he uses. But I'm hoping I'm giving you a nice overview of the cards. I'm trying to simplify it a little bit just to make it digestible in a quick format. And also, I just want to say, I do think it's important that I was guided to this deck for this week. There is a lot of energy in our world, a lot of things happening on this crazy planet Earth where we're living. And I think that these archangels are saying, we're here to help you. Let us help you and guide you through this. So that is what I'm taking away from this. So as always, before I get the camera turned on, I open a circle of light and love and protection around myself, which includes not just myself, but the collective and any one of you who will watch these readings, whether it's today, tomorrow, next week, or next year. Incredibly important that it's incredibly important for me to know that to let you know that you are safe and protected in this reading. I also call in my spirit guides and guardians to help me act as a clear channel for this information, the spirit guides and guardians of the collective, and the spirit guides and guardians of anyone who will watch this video for the same reason. So let's look at the energy of the day. I'm going to continue to read these cards intuitively. These cards are so shiny. I'm trying every day to work with my light. Some of the cards are bent, and that makes it a little bit harder. This is a beautiful shimmery deck. It just glares a little bit on camera. And then the focus of the day. I think this is our focus card right there. And I will read from them intuitively, and then I will read from the guidebook as well. So the energy coming at us today on this Monday is a Metatron, and this is intense. Monday is usually an intense day of the week anyways, because everyone's kind of getting back to somewhat of a normal schedule after hopefully having weekend off. I don't work a job like that, but many people do. And so Monday is kind of the beginning of everything. So this is Metatron. Metatron is a biggie. Metatron is one of the archangels that was considered to have lived a human life before being chosen by the creator to be an archangel. And this card is Jubilance. And we had this card earlier this week. So the fact that we are seeing this again is like, focus on this. It's important. Jubilance is that intense, overwhelming feeling that you get. You're so excited. You just can't hardly stand yourself, it's just everything is intense and exciting and almost overwhelming. So Metatron is considered, for this card deck's purposes, the supernal teacher. Supernal is heavenly or celestial. He is considered excuse me, the scribe of the tree of life. Incredibly powerful being, incredibly powerful messenger for us. And the fact that he has showed up for us in these readings a couple times. And this is the same card as the last time. I'm going to read from it again because you might not have seen that reading that day, or just to refocus on it. Metatron's heart sigil wants you to gaze at the heavens, whether this be at the sacred geometry of the Gothic chapel ceiling seen in the icon, or to examine the infinite exquisite balance of the firmament. The firmament is the ceiling that is a reflection of this star-like ocean around us in the cosmos. The flowing dimensions are rich with alchemical force, wishing us to feel uplifted and allowing us to feel jubilant spreading throughout each aspect of our lives, so that we may surrender to being grace-given and grace-led. The gatekeepers of this mystical pathway are awe and joy, and when we feel these states flowing through us, we become full of jubilation. Excuse me. So awe and joy. What wonderful things to feel jubilant about. I believe when we had this card before, it was our focus. So this time it's the energy coming at us. Excuse me. So that is a beautiful thing. Let me have a sip of my tea. So let us look at the energy of today. I am sorry about the way these cards glare. They're so shiny. We have Zafkael, and we've had this card again as well. Actually, I feel like this reading might have come together. I'm trying to remember. I haven't been writing them down. I'm just going by memory, but I actually feel like the last time we seen this, awe was our energy and jubilance was our focus. So now we have kind of a reversal of that, but it works either way. So Zafkael is the sacred lover, tied to compassion, ecstasy, romance, sacred love, love from source, love that replenishes us. And the card is awe, which was the same card we've had. And anytime we get repeat cards in decks, I definitely think it's like a double down, you know, focus, focus, focus. That's one of the reasons that when I work with decks and when I set up these readings, I wanted to work with a deck of cards for at least 7 days. And so 7 days seems like a good time, a week to look at a deck and to see if we get any repeat messages, which we're getting repeat messages. And we're seeing the same archangels show up for us. Let me read this. Okay. Zafkael's heart sigil brings us to profundity of awe, when we need reminding of our true essence, of our divinity. Perhaps this is happening for you right now, and you've chosen this card of beauty, and your spirit may just take flight, just as in the icon. You see, awe and joy are the wondrous gatekeepers to the pathway of the divine, and spiritual curiosity leads us to this gateway so that we may fly to heaven. So this is a gorgeous reading. It's just as gorgeous as when we had it the other day. I think that was 2 days ago. I wish I would have wrote them down, but just going by memory. But now we have this jubilant, overwhelming joy expression of energy that's coming at us. And I think we just need to stand back and be aware that it's sent to us with love and just be in awe of it and just for us to absorb it. I think that's what this has for us today, and I'm really excited about it. I hope you find this reading helpful or connected with it in some way. I would love to hear any comments that you have on this card deck, most especially if any of you have worked with this before. I'd be curious to know how you feel about it, because I've always felt a lot sometimes overwhelmed by the depth of it, which is one of the reasons I was really hesitant to use this for these readings. When I have so many other decks around, decks that seem to express things a little bit simpler, but I feel like the energy that we're going through on the planet right now is intense. And so we need an intense deck for that. That is what my inner self is telling me now, after having gotten over the pushback of being guided toward this deck. We need this deck now for a reason. We need to be able to be aware of the energy of these archangels and what they represent, and to allow ourselves to work with them. So I would love to hear any comments you have on this deck. Please like, please subscribe, please share, please comment. I would love to hear what you think of these decks. I will see you tomorrow. My name is Stacy. Thank you for visiting Simply Liminal with me.